Erev Rosh Hashanah, the eve of Rosh Hashanah 5785. And we here in Israel have been in war for the last 362 days. And it's exhausting. And just this morning, this is the eve of Rosh Hashanah. Just this morning, we heard that our ground troops have gone into Lebanon, with the hope and the prayer that God preserves and protects each and every precious soul. Mikol tzara v'tzukah, u'mechol nega u'machala, from all pain and all illness, and they come back shlemim, complete, beguf u'benefesh, in body and in soul. In our own community, there are people who have called up now again for a fourth round of reserve duty, and the challenges that the families face of being away from loved ones, not to speak about those who've lost loved ones over this year. And it's not simple. It is not easy. And obviously the 101 hostages who are still held in Gaza, and the tens of thousands of residents from the north who are still seeking refuge throughout the country here in Zichron, over 1,200 who were so involved and actively supporting. And how do you come to a new year when nothing feels new and it feels as if everything is happening again and again and again? And perhaps the message is the central message the Pasuk will say tomorrow night, right before the Amidah, the Pasuk that symbolizes the Kiddush, the sanctification of the day, Tiku b'chodesh shofar, Yom Chagenu. Sound the shofar in the day that is covered over, in the day of uncertainty. That's when you sound the shofar. And the shofar is the wordless cry that has so many different explanations. Perhaps one explanation is that of the Sfat Emet, the third Gera Rebbe, who writes also during a time of change, and he writes about how the shofar can be the sound of joy and the sound of tears, the sound of rest and the sound of fear. He cites numerous verses that bring us in that connotation, but in essence, it's a blank sound that can mean anything to each one of us. And perhaps, he suggests, we have within our hands the ability to interpret that wordless cry. And what it means, Bekese, in the day that's covered over, is none of us know what the future will hold. None of us last Rosh Hashanah envisioned or imagined the horrors and challenges that we faced over this past year. But so too, Shuat Hashem Kerefaim, so too, we're charged with a long Jewish history of saying that in a moment, everything can turn for good. And that's in fact the tefillah that we share with our soldiers, that they go into battle knowing that Hashem Elokechem holech imachem lelachem lechem lo shia lachem. God is in fact with us, and even though at times it seems that the whole world is against us, God is with us. And our bracha is that we feel kirvat Elohim, we feel God in our lives as we enter this new year. And the hope and the tefillah that we're able to see with kindness and with goodness those who surround us. There's so much courage, so much generosity and spirit and sharing with one another. May we focus on that, and may that be a source of comfort and strength to us all. K'tiva v'chatima tova. May we be written and inscribed in a year of peace, of goodness, of health, of blessings for us, for the Jewish people, and ultimately for the entire world. Shana Tova.